Hello, hello. So this is a tap along for when you have wanted something to happen or you've wanted to achieve something and it hasn't. And you get this real disappointment come crashing down on you, really lowers your energy. So let's do some tapping to bring that back up. So as always, taking full responsibility for your own health and well-being and starting on the side of the hand. Now, before we get going, even though we are kind of already going, but before we get going properly, I'd like you to just consider what it is that you haven't achieved or what it is that you are feeling really disappointed about. And just allow yourself to bring that up. Notice if you're feeling it anywhere in your body, if you've got any physical sensations related to that. Notice the kind of thing that your little internal voice may or may not be saying to you. And just notice as you think of that disappointment, you allow yourself to sit in it for a moment. Notice how that brings your energy down. And then I'd like you to rate that. So how intense is this feeling of disappointment on a scale of 1 to 10, where 10 is really, really high, the highest it could possibly be. So just make a note with that number and let's do some tapping. So repeating after me. Even though I'm feeling really disappointed, I am feeling really down that I haven't got this thing. Or that something didn't happen. And I can feel this disappointment in my body. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. Even though I'm feeling all this disappointment, maybe it's like a crushing weight. And it's really taken my energy down. And it's really upset me. I am so disappointed. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. Even though I'm feeling all this disappointment. And I can feel it right there in my body. And it feels like that. And I know what I'm so disappointed about. I can bring it to mind really easily. And it just feels so bad. I feel so disappointed right now. And I deeply and completely accept how I'm feeling. All this disappointment. I am so disappointed. I feel utterly crushed. It's really upset me. All I can think about is how it could have been. Or what I could have. And the fact that I don't is really upsetting me. All this disappointment that I'm feeling. It's just dragging my energy down. I'm so disappointed I could cry. Maybe I have been crying already. And it just feels so awful. I am so disappointed. I am so disappointed. I got so excited about it. I'd allowed myself to hope. I'd allowed myself to dream. And that dream has just been crushed. So of course I'm really upset. All this disappointment right there in my body. It's almost too much to bear. What is even the point in hoping? What is even the point in dreaming? When it's just going to end in disappointment. I might as well not even bother. So why did I bother? Why did I raise my hopes? Why did I allow myself to get excited? Because what if it went well? What if I got what I wanted? If I hadn't tried, I wouldn't know. And even though right now I feel all this disappointment, I choose to be open to the possibility that actually it's okay. That actually maybe what I thought I wanted isn't entirely true. Or maybe something even better is on the way. And if I'd gotten this thing, I wouldn't have had the room for the better thing. I give myself permission to feel this disappointment. It's natural. I don't need to fight it. I also don't need to live in it. I give myself permission to feel it. And I give myself permission to let it go. I give myself permission to raise my energy. It's okay to feel disappointment. There's nothing wrong with it. And I don't need to stay here. I give myself permission to feel it and move on. Disappointment will happen. And actually, that's really good. It shows my energy is high and I'm aiming high. And that's really exciting. And I can continue to aim high. I don't have to let disappointment stop me. When I was learning to walk, I fell down quite a lot. And I got straight back up. I kept going. Despite all the disappointment. Despite all the failures. Despite all the setbacks. I kept my hope and I kept going. And look at me now. Walking about all over the place. I can even run if I want to. I choose to feel okay. I choose to allow hope back into my life. I choose to raise my energy. I choose to raise my vibration. I choose to let go of this disappointment. And take a breath. Now just check back in on yourself. How's your number for disappointment? Has it gone up? Has it gone down? Has it stayed the same? Now, if it's gone down, even if it's just by a little bit, that's great. You're on the right track. You can rinse and repeat this video as much as you want. And try getting much more specific about what it is that you are disappointed about. Obviously, I don't know from my vantage point here. I don't know what disappointment you've had, but you do, don't you? So you can get really specific with yourself as you tap. Just talk to yourself about it and tap through the points. Now, it's the same thing if your number has stayed the same. It's an indicator. It's still great. It's an indicator that you're not getting specific enough. And if your number went up, that's really interesting. Get really curious about that. Something about what you've just been saying has triggered you and caused your emotion to go up. Now's the time to get curious about that. Talk to yourself about that as you tap through the points. And if your emotion has gone up, please keep tapping until the emotion starts to come down. And I promise you the emotion will come down. Just please keep tapping until you start to feel it reduce. Don't just give up and walk away. Keep going till the emotion comes down. So I hope that was useful. If there are any tap along videos for certain subjects you'd like me to do and I have not yet done, please drop me a message and I will endeavour to do one just for you. So have a wonderful rest of your day and I'll see you very soon. Take care. Doodles.